back with another video another day. We're going to watch this Senate hearing. Senate grills Gabbard on Signal chat leaks. I want to say this, right? They talked about DEI and removing DEI programs. Got rid of generals that have been in the military for over 30 to 40 years. Great generals. He just didn't like. Made his excuses, but he just didn't like. To put a DEI candidate to put a DEI guy in the White House. Why am I saying he's DEI? Who the fuck leaks secret information from an attack or a plan? Leaks secret White House information. I can't wait to see this grilling. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I want to know everybody. I can't wait to see what everybody gonna say about this DEI candidate right here. This DEI person that Trump elected, man. What in the heck is going on? But anyways, y'all, stand back and stand by, because here we go with another Trump. I like Trump. I like Donald Trump, though. I ain't gonna lie. I like Donald Trump, though. But I like him. I gotta say I like him. But at the same time, this is pretty dumb. Like, you know what I mean? This is pretty dumb that they're leaking this information. But let's go.
I want to go back to what I addressed at the outset. I mean, this was not only sloppy, it not only violated all procedures, but if this information had gotten out, American lives could have been lost. The Houthis had this information and could reposition their defensive systems. So I want to get a little more information about this. Director Gabbard, did you participate in the group chat with Secretary of Defense and other Trump senior officials discussing the Yemen war plans?
Senator, I don't want to get into the specifics.
Ma'am, were you on? You're not going to be willing to address it. So you're not, are you denying? Ma'am, will you answer my question, ma'am? You were not TG on this group chat?
I'm not going to get into the specifics.
So you refuse to acknowledge whether you were on the...
Gabbard is pretty. Man, he about to... Woo, I don't want to pause it too much. But in Congress, I would love to be on Congress. It don't matter which side. I agree with the Democrats and the Republicans. Let me go up there and do this. I would have fun doing this. Are you going to answer my question now? Let's do it.
This group chat.
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics.
Why are you going to get into the specifics? Is it because it's all classified?
Because this is currently under review by the National Security
Because
Council.
it's all classified? If it's not classified, share the text now.
As the White House previously
Is it classified or non-classified information on this text?
I can confirm.
Director Radcliffe, were you on the group chat?
Senator, I was on a signal messaging group.
So you were the John Radcliffe on that chat?
I was.
Thank you.
Can I provide some context, Senator, to that?
Yes, but I've got a series of questions.
Well, but I think it's important because at the outset you made a couple of comments about signal messaging using encrypted apps. So that we're clear, one of the first things that happened when I was confirmed as CIA director was Signal was loaded onto my computer at the CIA, as it is for most CIA officers. One of the things that I was briefed on very early, Senator, was by the CIA records management folks about the use of Signal as a permissible work use. It is. That is a practice that preceded the current administration to the Biden administration.
Always goes to Biden in some way, somehow. You made a mistake. Own up to the mistake that you made. Biden is not in office anymore. You cannot blame Biden for anything that you did. Like anything that goes on, the market tanking, all this stuff, all they keep doing is blaming Biden. The market was actually, it was climbing actually under Biden. When Biden left, the market started climbing. That means that whatever policies that Biden had put in place started taking effect towards the time he left office. And they were taking effect on the market. But I'm saying all that to say, right now in this situation, why is the entire Trump administration consistently bringing up Biden? Biden has nothing to do with anything that's going on right now. Period.
Here's the questions. If you're making the statement, the statement, the Signal is a secure channel.
No, can I answer that? It is
I've got a series
end-to-end decryption, so
my understanding
it is permissible to use to communicate and coordinate for work purposes, provided provided, Senator, that any decisions that are made are also recorded through formal channels. Right. So those were procedures that were implemented. My staff implemented those processes, followed those processes, complied with those processes, and finally, just please, so my communications, to be clear, in a Signal message group were entirely permissible and lawful and did not include classified information.
Well, we will make that determination, because if it's not classified, share the text with the committee. You know, let me go on. Director Gabbard, you are the security executive and set access guidelines for classified information. Did you contact the defense secretary or others after this specific military planning was put out and say, hey, we should be doing this in a skiff?
There was no classified material that was shared in that.
So then, if there was no classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security. Bobbing and weaving and trying to, filibuster your answer. So please answer the question. If this was Director Gabbard, if this was a rank and file intelligence officer who did this kind of careless behavior, what would you do with them?
Senator, I'll reiterate that there was no classified material that was shared in that.
And if there's no classified materials, share. And then if there's no classified materials, then you can't even answer the question whether you're on the chat. This is strangely familiar, and I think my colleagues remember when you couldn't answer the question, is Edward Snowden a traitor? Man, I have serious doubts about your... Anyway, Director Gabbard, I'm going to give you this. Tweeted just 11 days ago, and I'm quoting you. Any unauthorized release of classified information is a violation of the law and will be treated as such. So if this information is classified, what are you going to do?
Senator, 2 points here. First of all, there's a difference between inadvertent release versus
careless and sloppy,
malicious leaks of classified information. The second point is there was no classified information that was on the Information Committee should get that information. And the National Security Council.
My time's about out, and I'm going to use my 12 seconds at the chairman again. Director Patel, has the FBI launched any investigation of this?
Senator, I was just briefed about it late last night, this morning. I don't have an update.
I would like to get an answer by the end of the day.
I actually want to watch the whole thing to see what happened, because this is really, like Congress, man, they grill and grill and grill and grill and grill. My heart goes out to any president that does this job, because everything is always nuanced, and it feels like there's, and my heart goes out to Trump. It does, it really does, because, doing this job is definitely a complicated thing, and you're going to be hated by half the country automatically. And if you want the best for the country, then yeah, but you can't leak information like that out there. You talked about Hunter Biden and what Hunter Biden did. There can't be leaked information from the military. That's beyond insane. But anyways, y'all, peace.